Well, good morning Coffee Tragics. Welcome to my channel on how to make good home coffee. So for those of you that may have seen Black Hawk Down, you would have heard Grimesy say, it's all in the grind, Sarge, it's all in the grind. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not quite in the grind. While the grind's important, I think there's other factors that are really important, i.e. the coffee beans. So, to be a good coffee tragic, you've actually got to go on a coffee pilgrimage. And my coffee pilgrimage took me to a little village called Ayae, which is in the northern part of Chiang Mai. And I went there specifically to learn about coffee and how coffee is grown and how coffee is produced. So let me talk to you a little bit about the bean that I get. And I'm very focused on the concept of ethically sourcing. So I buy this directly from the farmer. They actually honey process this coffee, which is very unique, and it's a labour intensive process. It's all to do with the drying of the coffee.
So as to give you a bit of an idea of that drying and picking process, I've just put a collage of images together here that I took when I was in Ayae, because I'm quite passionate about coffee drinkers knowing how much these villages have to work to provide that delicious taste for you. And every time you have a cup of coffee, you know, that doesn't want to be forgotten.
So as a good coffee tragic, you've got to have your coffee shrine, and hence, welcome to my coffee shrine. I have a Rocket Italian espresso machine, which is probably at the top end of the home espresso machine, and I've also got a Rocket coffee grinder over there. Now you might think that you need a good machine like this to make good coffee, but that's not true. In fact, I can make a really delicious coffee using those beans with my little $25 mocha pot. And that's what I use when I go out the boat, when I go camping, because I use the mocha pot. But when I'm at home, I love to use my machine. So, where do I like to start? Well, I like my coffee extra hot. Put a bit of boiling water from the boiler into the cup, and I'll just let that cup warm up nicely so that it holds the temperature in the coffee. This is the group head, and this is the portafilter. Now the portafilter, I like to use a double shot to make my coffee, and I've got a grind set at a fairly fine grind for this particular bean, and grinding is important, and there's a fair amount of fiddling to get the grind right. So I just tap that, and then I put sort of a firm amount of pressure to tamp the coffee down. And you can see that's fairly fine grain, and gee, when you smell that, oh, it just smells unreal. Put the coffee in, we express the coffee. Now for this coffee, I normally do it about 25 to 27 seconds, but you'll see nothing comes out for the first few seconds. Then this beautiful chocolatey colour with full of oils comes out, and then as the water permeates through the coffee, it starts to get a little bit thinner, and that's about it. Coffee is a very particular individual taste for people, and I know people like skim milk and almond milk, and I like almond milk in coffee too, but if you want to get the best flavour of coffee, and I remember being taught this on the course, you really want to use cold full cream milk, and I like obviously the milk that is made and owned in Australia, the Riverina fresh milk. A couple of interesting points with the steam wand is I turn it on full, I just kiss the milk for a couple of seconds, and then I put the wand into the top third of the milk. Now again, I like my milk as hot as I can get it. Obviously I don't want to burn the milk, but I like it quite hot. So let's just give our wand a clean, get the milk off it, pour our coffee, and as you can see, a nice crema on the top of that coffee. And I hope you notice the "it's okay not to be okay" cup, because after you've had a coffee, you're going to start the day well. I'm not really fiddling with the latte. I'm fiddling with the taste. That's really worth doing at home on your own, processing your own coffee, because you can't get that taste from a cafe. You just can't get it. You can't get those beans from a roaster here in Australia. But that is a beautiful coffee, and if you like to have 2 or 3 coffees a day, you've got to make them.